Deadwing. No cares in the world.
No cares, man. Really good response to the greedy. You would expect a greedy follow-up, and he knew that the Marines were coming across the map. He saw that, and he knew it was going to take so long to get across the map. He's even willing to trade a stalker to say, all right, I'm going to kill all 10 of your Marines, and then what are you going to have? Probably not going to expect me to do is you haven't scouted my gateways. That scan was really important. I like the scan, but it was just a bit too late. Yeah. Well, guys, herO seems poised to take a 3-0. We'll see if bbyong can turn around. Merry Go Round, a little bit of a different map, a 3-player map, a little bit larger than some of our other maps, but definitely not as big as Deadwing cross spawns. All right, looks like these two players are just getting set up, getting ready.
bbyong's got to pull himself together, man. After almost winning that second game, like the first one, and then the second one. So stomped once again.
All right, guys, let's go into set number 3. Could be the last set of the night here.
Up here at 10 o'clock in the red, the Protoss player, he's up 2-0. It's herO.
He's confident. Up against his opponent, he needs to keep his confidence. It's bbyong in the blue, 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Doing a good job with his mining so far. Nice stack in there.
Notice that bbyong wears a jacket, and herO does not. It almost makes them seem like different. They're like not on the same team. They're different characters. I like that.
It almost makes it seem
like it's just I like that just for like a picturesque, you know, important high stakes.
Yeah.
Only one between these two teammates. This is the SK2 team kills, which you see so often because SK2 players are so good. Are just, you know, you see them and almost look like you could draw a mirror between them. But I like that we have this like big difference in the attire.
It's almost like, yeah, we're on the same team, but we're opponents today.
Well, they've got a different style, and they've got totally different personalities. They play different races, different styles even of how to play their race. bbyong's more aggressive, herO's more defensive. Normally, although in this series so far, he's been shown the tendency to be very aggressive and attack often.
Yeah. herO shaking his hand there a bit. Maybe, you know, after a couple of pretty intense games, getting a little carpal tunnel possibly. Getting a bit tired there in his hands.
Okay, there's the CC. CC first this time. Second pylon over the net. And only time will tell what herO wants to do again here. This map's not very good for Blink. Don't think we'll end up seeing any sort of Blink move here. Even a Blink Feign, I think, is weak on the map. People do it all the time anyways, but it's just not that scary as a Terran player, knowing that your base, your main base, is pretty fine against Blink. You're not really going to be concerned about it.
Yeah, not too big of a deal. herO just going for pretty standard build here. He's just getting the Gateway Core, getting that Zealot. Would expect a Nexus in a second here. Going to send out that probe.
Yeah, going to cancel the Zealot. So it doesn't take Nostradamus to predict what's going to happen here.
Big building is placed, called the Nexus.
Yes. Oh,
ooh,
what a variation. A third barracks coming up from bbyong. Not so bad for a map like this. Better on a map like Overgrowth, which he banned, but still going to be less expected by herO. Because last game we saw him move out with a few Marines, but this time it's going to be a lot more. 150 minerals not going into a third CC, going into that third barracks. And he is actually blind as well, obviously with the Nexus first, or rather the CC first. He doesn't know if his opponent's got a Nexus up or not, so this is going to be how he pokes scouts and harasses. All it takes is the probe to go up the ramp to know exactly what's going on. He even sees the third barracks. So herO is going to be really comfortable right now.
Yeah. I'm sure in herO's position, he's like, okay, I know exactly what you're doing. I know how to respond to this. I feel like from here we're probably going to see something more standard out here. No, like, you know, Blink, big builds or any all-ins or anything. Would expect him just to play safe. There's the Robo. Going to get the fast Colossi out here and just work towards that late game. That's what I would expect.
That mothership is going to come in here and scout. bbyong expects this. Actually, going to take quite a few hits.
Yeah, wow, this is getting pretty low. Couple more shots. No, not quite. 40.
Yeah, that was a scary moment, but confidence there in herO. Had he tried to recall, even if he had the energy, I think he would have lost it. Just somebody can energy bursting down. That's the first and only scout that bbyong has And hidden base. Styling. He's doing it. Oh God, this is scary.
Get out of there, little buddy.
He does scout this though, and that's pretty smart. Should be able to get a pot shot off. Mismicros it, but on the high ground should get one more. And then after that, I don't think he's going to want to turn around. Oop. Brave.
It's a brave stalker.
Taking some hit point damage though. He just had some sick micro right there. Probably the hold position with how quick those turns were.
herO here, he's going pretty. You know, he's getting that robo out here and also getting the forward out. So he's going to have a lot of tech coming out here quick. Could just stay on the 2 bases for a while here. Get the armor up here.
Especially because he doesn't know bbyong has a 3rd. And he's very unlikely to scout that. Hidden bases are becoming a more normal thing these days. You see people checking for it, you know, very infrequently. We see it much more often in PvP than in any other matchup, just because it's the matchup where you can recall to it to save it, you can do big warp-ins to save it, and scouting it isn't always, you know, necessarily the end of the world. Scan goes down here, doesn't see a whole lot. Similarly, for a Terran player, if he hides a base in this matchup, Zealots run over there, he could probably fly it away. He's probably going to keep the orbital, but you know, obviously will lose his mining. As long as he can make up for 400 minerals worth of mining there, things are going to be a-okay about that hidden base, generally speaking.
Pretty much. Marine coming over here for the scout. Maybe he wants to look for that 3rd base. That location here.
And knowing after what happened in the Sejong game, he's probably going to check both locations pretty carefully. Doesn't want to get the rug swept out from under him when he sees that base. Yeah. We saw, you know, it's funny that we see that sort of, not really a hidden base, but an unexpected base location out of herO, knowing bbyong's play style, knowing how he practices, and then to see him take a hidden expansion of his own here, just trying to give him a taste of herO's own medicine going into this. You know, bbyong trying to turn the tables on herO.
War Prism Stylen was flying sideways for a bit there. Looked pretty cool. And here we go. Zealot drop coming in here. No units so far. He's not expecting this. He's going to have to run away those SCVs. Gets 2 kills and delays that mining.
Could actually kill that reactor too, maybe. Not quite. Looks like maybe too far along. Oh, don't target your own starport. Whoa.
Oh, man.
Oh,
look at this.
Oh. Keeping track of everything.
herO is so smart, man.
Well, it's just a matter of the starport's kind of what's up with that, you know? And then he goes and checks.
Yeah. It's like he sensed it. He, like, went in the base, he's like, something's wrong here. And he just immediately goes over there. He's, like, totally fine. Scouts it.
These sentries are not going to be able to kill those SCVs. If the SCVs escape, then he definitely paid for his orbital with how much he mined there. And he's going to solve these. Okay, he's going to try to drop on him. No, actually, he doesn't even. Is he going to try to warp in stalkers and move the orbital? He's really trying for something like that. I think he just barely misses it. No, he sees it. Is he going to warp in stalkers?
Meanwhile, back at the base of bbyong, he's getting scared. He's like, you're doing something aggressive. I'm putting up 2 bunkers here and sitting back. Maybe he just feels, you know, he took a big risk with that 3rd base and he just wants to be safe here. But herO himself, he's taking his own 3rd base. He's not putting on any aggression.
Oh, oops. Big stim for that, though. With a late starport, those units are going to be low for a while. He's got a crazy strong army, though. bbyong actually could move across the map and pressure this 3rd base. Yeah. He hasn't scouted it yet because that Marine got killed earlier. Also, he lost the watchtower, so he's probably feeling a little bit weary about this, but I mean, the fact of the matter remains, whether he knows it or not, he definitely could feel some really heavy pressure. It looks like he's finally starting to move on. He's got a ton of units. Not a lot of medevacs, but they're rallied across. He's got combat shields for his Marines, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So yeah, he's got a large force. There's going to be 3 Colossi who needs to execute this well. And a small portion of that watchtower.
Yeah. Doesn't scout it prior.
Does not.
Pretty confident.
But carefully moves into it with a small army.
True. Widowmine's joining the mix here. Just 1 now, like, for a little bit there. I like this. Just the pylons over here. It's just put those zealots on a beeline towards that 3rd base. It's going to make it really annoying. Possibly going to have to make that bunker there at the 3rd base to defend. 4 medevacs get loaded up here. It's going for a huge drop towards the main.
This is something that herO can see, but he has units in the main. Meanwhile, Zealot's going to run in here. They don't yet have charge, but actually catches a weakened SCV from earlier. He's able to kill that right off the bat. He's going to have to use good force fields, but yeah, that's not an army I want to engage as the Terran.
Oh, man.
Blink is done a diddle-do, man. He needs to...
Done a diddly-do.
He needs to get out of there with those medevacs.
Zealot is still not, Guy has 6
kills. Might get 7. Oh, he doesn't target.
That's definitely making that Zealot worth it by far. Scan goes down. Yeah, the Stalkers are there. Still there, bbyong. Sorry.
That's an expensive scan to see something like that, too. Especially after he lost those SCVs. He's got a good worker count with this base, but it's kind of annoying. He scans again, in fact. He's like, I just really can't find an angle here. I've got so many Colossi. I've got no medevacs. Or, excuse me, I've got plenty of medevacs, but no Vikings. 2-2, he's about to be a whole set of upgrades ahead. Things are looking really great for herO. A bit of a shaky start because he didn't know about that base, but that scout made it all worth it. And everything is going to be okay.
bbyong, it looks like he's trying to split up his units here. Wants to drop over here, possibly. No, maybe he's trying to pick off that probe there.
A lot of these Stalkers are out of position because of this, and I think that's just the threat of the drop. More than the drop itself is what he's trying to utilize here.
Now bbyong's moving in towards that third base. He's got a ton of units.
He's just going to try to sandwich it. Here we go. Those units, Timony's going to drop on top of the medevac here. That's part of the power of this. And there's nowhere to run for these Colossi. They're just going to try to maximize their damage. The Stalkers don't even blink in. Now they're here.
They're finally here, but there's so many of the Colossi already going down. Was it worth it in the end, though? That is the question. He was able to take out 4 Colossi there, but herO takes a pretty good engagement. Widowmine's not doing much there as well for the follow-up.
Scary thing is the Zealots over here kill a ton of workers. Plus, he's got 2-2 upgrades now. Those 2-3 upgrades even showing the Zealots, he's like, oh, I'll be fine. Oh, wait, no, I actually really have to fight against these. Like, they're really strong. And here come more medevacs getting sniped here. He only has 1 Colossus with this army. Well, they could just do so much. Careful, herO.
Okay.
But bbyong is in a really scary spot right now. He definitely can hold this, but he's going to need to pull SCVs. I don't know, man. This army is just too split up. SCVs on one end fighting Zealots straight up, and the Colossus is doing a ton of extra damage.
Guardian Shields with the +2/+2 against this puny bio army. There's no way he's going to defeat this. Even with just 1 Colossus, that's going to be it. Looks like herO's primed to take game number 3.
3 in a row.
Pretty exciting fashion. GG.
And I guarantee you, as soon as bbyong gets home, he's going to write a letter to David Kim saying cloak research should be reduced by about 5 seconds. He thinks it's not.
Or, just 0.5 seconds is okay.
I wonder if he, in that game, just going back to game 2, had he landed his Viking to fight a little bit faster against that, maybe he could have actually won that game. He's going to have to remember that game for the rest of his life, as I will, for the rest of my casting career. I mean, herO pretty much stopped in 3-0. The only game he had a chance was game 2, and it just didn't work out for him. So we got 2 3-0s today, 2 CJ Antis players moving on to face each other, and the semis next week.
Kind of went the way you were expecting it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting actually a 3-0 out of herO. I was expecting him to win, and I actually predicted Zest to win that first one as well, but you were correct all the way, man. Sora looking really good in this PvP at least.
And I would say one of herO's weaknesses is often group stages. He's really good at best of series though, and he's good at best of ones. But he got first place in his group. He's looking really strong. He just manhandled his teammate, man. He just destroyed him there. And we're going to take a look, of course, at our results for today, starting off with our PvP.
Yep, Sora taking 3 in a row. As you guys who were watching earlier did see, we had on King's Haven Station. Zed's getting pretty flustered on that map. Overgrowth, another good series there, and then Merry Go Round. Just 3 quick ones in a row.
Yeah, I kept saying flustered, man, but change that P right next to Zed's name to a FP, man, for flustered Protoss. Sora just had his number every single game. He totally dismantled him. I was really thinking Sora was going to take it with a solid victory here. Absolutely had confidence in him. Nobody else did, especially not Kanata.
Kanata was like really adamant. He was like, no, Zest is going to take it.
He said apparently, he talked about my strong prediction. He said that on broadcast that it gave him chills to see Sora do so well because he really just did not expect it. herO here versus bbyong, taking the same 3-0 victory. bbyong having a tough time. Deadwing was played, of course, twice. So you could even repeat that set in the stats here if you wanted to. If you missed it, Go back and watch the first game. It was very exciting, was very entertaining. You know the results of it now, obviously, but it'd still be something to go back and watch and enjoy. I probably will go back and watch it, you know, a year from now. Just remember that exciting moment in my career. So that was a really fun one.
Yep. Well, here we have the bracket, guys. We're gonna have TY versus Stats in the TVP, and then Sora versus herO there in a PvP. Really excited myself to see how Sora is going to do against herO's PvP, because I feel like herO maybe not going to be as flustered as Zest there. I feel like it's going to be a lot closer. I wouldn't count Sora out, but I think it's going to be really, really close, that one.
Yeah, this is going to be a close one. Keep in mind, because this is you know, a Korean tournament, it's a bit unusual, but we are going to have only, you know, there's only going to be a day between the semis and the finals, so not a lot of time for these players to prepare. So they're going to have to be thinking a lot during this week about not only their current opponents, but also who they might have to face in the finals, and then potentially that third player match as well. All you have to do here is win one series, and you're going to China. So anything, all any of these players have to do is win one.
This is the most important series, this one.
Yeah.
Well, I said the last one was the most important one, but it gets you to this one, which is really important, because if you win, you go to China.
Exactly.
But from here, of course, like I mentioned before, if you do lose here in the semifinals, you get one more chance, because a third player goes. We are going to have that third and fourth place match again on the next day.
And also, there's a lot more prize money for winning first place, so there's an incentive there, as well as probably some seeding. I don't know. I can't tell you guys exactly how the seeding works because I'm just not familiar with it. But I know in WCG you would have gotten some seeding, and this tournament it's almost exactly the same.
Safe to assume.
Safe to assume. So we'll be seeing you guys next week for this double team kill semis on Monday. Otherwise, have a great week, everybody. Anything else to add, Valdi?
No, just a ton of great games. Make sure you guys tell your friends about this whole qualifiers here. So many good players. I'm having a lot of fun. Can't wait to cast next week.
I feel the same way. See you guys then. Have a good night.